Hi everyone, I'm Ash.
And I'm Joe, and welcome. And yeah, it's been a long time since we've recorded. We've both been extremely busy, basically 3 weeks. And we've just been discussing what we should talk about, and we don't know where to start because there's so much.
It's absolute tons that's happened. I almost used the wrong language then.
Tons. Yeah, tons is, yeah, very, very true.
Mate, there's so much. There's the upgraded refresh models, more upgraded refresh models.
I haven't even been keeping up with all the info. I've been too busy to just
Uh,
watch videos and stuff.
uh, to be honest, similar sort of thing, yeah. So instead of doing my normal thing, I've just been having, I don't know, an hour or so each night where I could do a little bit of research quickly, just so I don't get so far behind that it takes me months to catch up again, basically.
Yeah. So, is there actually a Model Y refresh? What's the score there?
Model Y refresh is coming. It's not been done yet, but it is coming.
Okay.
So
It's
that's
like,
going to be awesome. It's not going to be anything major. It's pretty much the same what they've done with the Model 3. Just spruce it up a little bit, and make it look better
yeah.
or seem better from the inside.
Are
Did
you?
you see the video the other day on SMR's channel where the guy put a Tesla together?
Oh yeah, but that video's been going around for ages.
It's absolute madness. Everything is just literally
Yeah,
clipped
I
in.
know. I know.
One
Which
guy.
which shows me that if I ever have an issue with it, I could basically disassemble it by myself.
Yeah, no,
It's all
there's a
just
couple of
bolts that
bolts
go
that
from
go
the
through it.
top. It's like this is insane. This is like
It's utter madness. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Literally, like in real, the guy builds the car. It's crazy.
well, it's like Legos. Like everything just fits perfectly together. It's like you can have a kid build the car.
I was shocked when I saw that, to be honest with you. Again, I don't follow too many people, so when SMR released that video and I watched it, I was a bit speechless. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I think I saw it. I don't remember where I saw it first. I think it was maybe on Monroe. Or I don't know. I know I've seen it like 2 or 3 times by the time ASMR showed it, and
Ah,
yeah, it's sick. It's really really sick. So easy, hey? It's like everything
yeah,
just works. Like you can see, there's been some serious thought put in the planning on how to assemble that thing as easily and quickly as possible.
that's it. To the point where you can't put the part in the wrong way around because it's been designed that you cannot mess it up.
Exactly, exactly.
My 4-year-old could put that car together,
Ooh,
given it's going to take him a little bit more time, but he could do it.
yes. Check what my missus got me for my birthday.
What did she get you?
Oh, can I get that right? No. It says
Hey. Oh, great.
I don't know if that's a reference to anything. Get in loser. Like what does that reference to?
Mm,
Oh, excuse me.
not sure, to be honest. Where did you buy that from?
I have no idea, mate.
Fair enough.
But this is a thing that she does because I like it. Like for my birthday and for Christmas, I always get some cool T-shirts and stuff. Like all my T-shirts is stuff that she's given me as presents, and it's like like I paused my game to be here, or
That sort of thing, yes.
yeah, and what's the other one? Something about being a gamer and having multiple lives and stuff. It's like I don't even know it all. But I also got one that says, "I don't barbecue, I braai."
Oh, you're South African. You don't barbecue.
Exactly.
If you ever say that you do, I'll have to come to your house and shoot you.
Yeah, yeah, no. All right, so yeah, the video about the vehicle assembly, that was really awesome. I might have convinced yet another person to buy Tesla just because of them seeing me turn up. Just people seeing me turn up with the Tesla at work, and then I open up the boot and they see my big freaking giant toolbox in there. I got one of the default tough system boxes.
Yes.
It just fits in there, no problem. I've plywooded out the bottom, got ladder inside, all inside the freaking Model Y. And people just like shaking
Beautiful.
their heads and they're like, wow, I can't believe I fit so much in there. And it's like,
Wait till I get the Cybertruck.
And then I explained to them the economics behind it. Why, I was willing to pay, what was it, 7 grand more for the Model Y compared to buying a new van, and how it ends up working out the same. It's just like,
Yeah, but you've got a better car.
exactly, vastly more nicer, more comfortable. It's like yesterday I drove up. I went down to Portsmouth on Monday. Yeah, here's a
Yeah.
nice little thing. So I went down to Portsmouth on Monday. I went to a few different sites, and by the time I got to the last site where I was going to spend the rest of the night, I had done 200 miles of
Yo.
of my 260-mile range. So I did 200 miles, literally bang on 200 when I arrived at the last site, and I had 61 miles left in the battery.
Flipping out.
Yeah, and so I charged there. Then we went to the digs we were staying. I charged there, managed to trip out their breaker because they've run their feet to their garage in 1.5, so the cable overheated, running 10 amps for that long. So the next day I turned that down to 7 amps. And so on Tuesday I think I did about 50, 60 miles and then charged again. On Wednesday again about 50, 60 miles and charged again. All at the house on a 10 amp plug. And at the work I was on one of the sites I could charge. So one of the sites I was going to. By the time I left there yesterday, I had for free filled in 1 kilowatt hour less than what my battery capacity is.
That's not bad.
And I left Portsmouth yesterday with 10 miles short of a full battery.
Wow.
And I did, I think I did nearly 500 miles going down there and driving around there. So probably
That's not
did a bit
bad
more
going
than
at
60
all.
miles each day. Yes. Like
What is
yesterday,
your average driving speed on the motorway?
I sit and cruise at about 62.
Okay. Just asking for the viewers.
Yeah, no, I cruise at 62. I find it fast enough that I overtake trucks fast enough, but I can move over into a truck lane when there's no one there. So
Yes.
people can get past me. But I still get very good efficiency. And
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
yesterday I drove up from Portsmouth. First I drove around there. I had to go from where we were staying north of Portsmouth down into Portsmouth to go rent a ladder. Drive around up Portsmouth down to the other side to Gosport. Drop the ladder there. Then I had to drive halfway between Portsmouth and Southampton to a site there. And then from there I drove up to North London. And my average fuel consumption for that whole trip was just over 200 watt hours per mile. I was getting almost 5 miles per kilowatt hour, which is not the rated range on the Tesla. It's rated at about 4.2. I was getting almost 5.
You're getting better at driving that Tesla.
Well, to be fair, as per usual, I hit quite a bit of traffic at Heathrow.
There's nothing you can do about that. There's always traffic there.
And as per usual, when you hit traffic in a Tesla, you get more range because of all the regen braking. And then, yeah, it just it works out brilliantly. And yeah, I arrived there, I think I had 110 left, 120 left on the clock. No, I think it was 115, somewhere around there. And then I plugged in, charged, and I left there at nearly 200 miles. And
Awesome.
then drove home. So, yeah, over the course of yesterday, or this week so far, I've gotten more than one battery full of free electricity.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah, I can't wait to get mine. It's been delayed a little bit, but I will be. Or we're pushing that button very soon.
you're not going to wait for the refresh?
It depends on how quickly they get that refresh done, because I need the Tesla before December.
Then you're not going to get the refresh because the Model 3 refresh is not coming to the UK until next year. So the Y refresh would come much later.
Much later, yeah. So I don't think I'm going to have time for that. That's just one
It's
of
a
those
shame,
things.
but as with the Model 3 refresh and the Model Y refresh, well, with the Model Y refresh as with the Model 3 refresh, they kept the exact same motors and batteries.
Yeah. Well, again, it doesn't really bother me that much because I'm going lease.
Okay.
So if I do bring the refresh model in and I really, really want it, let's get it. Simple as that.
Depends on your lease contract, obviously, but yeah.
Now, if I go to the same company that I'm leasing the car through, and I'm not changing anything. All I want is the upgraded version. They might charge me a little bit more for it, but I don't think they will have massive objections. I mean, my contract stays the same, everything stays the same. I'll just swap car for car. And if it's going to be anything like the Model Model 3, which is cheaper in Australia than the old version.
Okay, it was, from what I understood, it's cheaper in Australia than what the old version was in Australia.
Yes.
But in most other countries, it ends up being the same price.
Ends up being the same price, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is mad how they've managed to do that. Bring out a new car and sell it for less. It's just madness.
And it's an upgrade. I mean, the new Model 3 looks absolutely sick.
It does.
really...
Everything that they've done with like the lights and everything else, how everything fits together, it's just much more of a seamless process. I think it looks beautiful, to be honest.
I'm almost thinking of not waiting for the small Tesla for the missus. I want to get to the Model 3.
Just get her the Model 3. You don't need one of the small ones. It's a taxi.
Yeah, but she doesn't need all the space in it, and she doesn't like the current Model 3 because she says it looks too sporty. She says it looks like a sports car, and the new one looks even more aggressive.
Mate, when she starts driving it, she'll fall in love with it, and that'll be the
She's
end
already
of it.
driven the Model Y, and she likes that.
Oh, so in that case, she'll settle in that Model 3 quick.
Yeah.
Very quick.
But we still have another 2 years left on the lease for her car, so by that time, would we have the small hatchback in yet or not?
Believe so, because what they did say, they're going to it's going to be built in Texas and in the States, which they're busy refitting the warehouse or whatever they need to do to get this model out in the States as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't see that it's going to be that long away, to be honest. If they were waiting for the Texas factory before they was going to start producing, I would say, yeah, we're probably looking at about 4 to 6 months before the first one hits the road.
You mean the Mexico factory?
Mexico factory, sorry.
Yes. And it sounds like that's getting delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. It's really annoying me. You know,
it is. But
I really want to see Tesla's building speed happening there. We need another factory. They haven't started that what's his name yet.
It's gonna happen. There's just a little bit of red tape to get through. Just be grateful it's not Germany or any other country with more red tape. So no, I think it'll come out fairly soon. There's a lot of consensus that says by November next year you'll have the first robo-taxi on the roads, or the first robo-taxis on the roads.
Yeah.
Given because that'll be only in California or somewhere around that general area, but you just need one for all the others to start coming. You see the updated video on Prime, Optimus.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
The bot.
I probably have seen it, but there might be another one I might have missed.
No, the one where
the one where it does the cubes and stuff,
and it's sorting the blocks, and the guy messes with it, and it still like sorts things out. And
dude,
mate,
that finger motion is so subtle, hey, so like elegant.
Absolute beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know how the hell they managed that, but wow, that was insane to see, considering where they were a year ago and what everybody was saying. Oh, it's a gimmick, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Now look at it.
Dude, that thing is like...
It's not tethered anymore. It's stood there. It's doing something while somebody's messing with it. It's mad.
It's all done with neural nets. It's not hard-coded.
Everything's done with video in and actions out. Absolutely brilliant. Like they say, like humans work. We see, we do. We don't need LiDAR and radar and flip and some other thing to hold your hand to maybe potentially do it or write a bit of code for it. No, look at it, assess it, get it done.
And I see, that's why I got so excited when Tesla said they were going to do that, because I could see how Tesla would get to this sort of solution very quickly based on what they've done with autopilot. And that's why when they said that they're going to make this robot, that's when I said that as soon as they open up pre-orders, I'm ordering 2 to begin with and 1 every year. Because right now we're having a massive issue with not getting enough labor. Like, we can't get enough guys to come do the work. It's like, we're really struggling. And that will just solve it. Like, you teach one thing and they just copy paste.
Yes.
And it will do it perfectly.
And that's it. That's its task. Get on with it. Okay, given it might be a little bit slower at first than a human being would be at it.
Yeah, but it ends up costing you a hell of a lot less than what a human being would cost.
Of course.
So even if you have to have 2 robots for 1 human in the beginning, 3 years down the line, those 2 robots are the equivalent of 6 humans.
Yes.
I mean, I can see it's still not being able to do, let's say, for instance, RJ45 crimps, or as other people might know it as, Ethernet cable connectors, the male connector.
Yeah, they're going to struggle with that one. That is.
Not with the fingers that they currently have. So, but for instance, installing our devices, you'd be able to get the robot to drill holes, feed the cable through, put your device, and leave the cable there ready for a human to just come and do the final connection.
Yes.
You'd be able to get the robot to pull all the cable. I see no reason why the robot won't be able to put in containment. I can't
It's going to
see.
be very, very interesting to see that.
Dude, if it can, with that finger movement I saw, there's no way it won't be able to pick up, like, for instance, the M10 nut and screw it onto a threaded rod.
No, but it's done that before. It was in the previous video where one Optimus was building another Optimus. He
Yeah, but
picked
they
up
were
the
using
bolt.
power tools.
He still picked up the bolt. He
Yeah,
put
you
the screw
exactly.
head
So
in it, and he
you
screwed
want
it in. So
you're 100% right. They did that a year ago.
exactly.
Oh man, do you think they're gonna have an AI David year thing this year? It
Oh,
doesn't
I
seem
really
like
hope
it.
so. I'd
Doesn't
really
seem
hope
like
they
it.
do, but I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
think
think
that
Elon's got
video
enough on his
was
plate at the
our?
moment.
I think that video might have been our AI Day teaser type thing. Something to just keep
Potentially.
us going until next year, because I think this year they're very, very busy with not being able to do events at Texas because of the Cybertruck ramp.
Yep. That
I've,
and everything else that Elon's got on. He's a busy man at the moment. I can only imagine. I wouldn't want to have his schedule.
yes. Ooh. All right. So we're very happy with Optimus. Next
I'm
topic.
very happy with Optimus. Very, very happy. I can't wait to get one. Honestly, when I saw that video, if I could, I would have put a deposit down then and there.
Dude, I was ready to put deposits down 2 years ago, but
Yeah, but then again, you put a deposit down on a Cybertruck, so
yes, you should. You should. You really should.
I haven't yet, but I must actually.
You should. It's Cybertruck's gonna be freaking awesome.
There's a video on yesterday's SMR where they had a Cybertruck working at the factory.
Yes, I
Well,
saw that. Yes.
I say working, like pulling things around and delivering or whatever the case
I
may be. But
I estimate. All right, you know how bad pickup trucks is with fuel efficiency, yeah?
yes,
I think the new Ford Ranger, the one that looks like the F-150 Lightning, like they've now redesigned the Ranger to look like the Lightning, that gets about 27 miles per gallon.
that's not good.
That's average for pickup trucks.
Yeah,
I
but it's
re-
not good.
I reckon the Cybertruck will have a mile per gallon equivalent, or MPGE, of around 60 to 70. And to
I
me,
can see that. Depends on the battery pack, but I can see that.
and so what I'm thinking is, obviously you're gonna have less efficiency than what you have in, a Model 3 or Model Y or whatever. So at 60, you would be getting roughly about 600 watt hours per mile. So you'd be
Yeah,
getting, what's that, 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour. To put that in perspective, the semi truck uses 1.7 watt hours per mile. And that 1.7 works out, I think, I did do the math, somewhere like 30 or 40% cheaper than what other semi trucks does in equivalent, in cost equivalent, versus diesel.
okay.
So, I think the Cybertruck's going to come in roughly at about the 600 watt hours per mile. And at that rate, that is twice as good as any other pickup truck out there, which is kind of what Tesla does with the cars, more than twice as good as every other thing. And yeah, it would put it in a bracket where a pickup truck running cost is actually affordable for most people, because current pickup trucks, I can't justify buying a pickup truck purely because of the fuel cost on it.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I
They
wanted one before I got the BMW, but I couldn't just like you said, I couldn't justify spending the money and then having to keep it on the road. No
yeah,
thanks.
yeah, no, the fuel cost on it is ridiculous. Like, they absolutely eat through fuel. So yeah, I'm super stoked about Cybertruck.
Yeah, it's going to make Rivian look like a dinky toy. Well, it doesn't
But
anyways, but
So, yeah. I mean, Sandy Monroe really likes the Rivian. He says that is a proper pickup truck. I don't know. I see the Rivian as a
I,
handbag dog.
yes, it's a lifestyle pickup truck.
Yeah, I don't see.
You buy it to say, "Oh, look at me." You don't
Hmm.
buy it to say, "Look at my car." You buy
Yeah,
it to say, "Look at me."
yeah. So Sandy says the Rivian is the best off-roader ever, and he reckons the Ford F-150 will and always will be the best work truck. I'm like, come on, Sandy, how is the Cybertruck not going to be a better work truck than the F-150? The Cybertruck is going to destroy the F-150 as a work truck.
It is gonna be awesome.
Let's put it this way: I intend on owning my Cybertruck probably for like 20 years because I can't see why I would need to replace it with anything else until it breaks.
If it breaks.
If it breaks. Oh man. So yeah, Cybertruck's just gonna be sick. It's like I really can't wait.
No, well, we're still waiting on when that first one's going to come off the lot, but I can't seem to find anything that's it's going to be more concrete.
People are currently speculating November for delivery event.
Yes.
Yeah, because if it was gonna be October, we would be very close to getting notification for end of October. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I have to be honest, I've not even checked the Tesla site for a couple of days now, a couple of weeks now, even just to see what updates are on that.
Yeah, my Model Y is now standing at 9,700 miles
Nice.
already.
No, you've not had that for long.
No. One of the guys that I was ferrying around this week, when he's like, he really enjoyed being, doing that. And the thing that he said, at one point I got out, I did something, and I got back in, and he turns around to me and says, "Your car's officially awesome." Guess what was it that triggered him?
No,
The wireless charging ports for the phone.
really?
He liked that. I'm like, okay.
Fair enough.
Yes. Like, I mean, he was being converted slowly and surely, but then that was like, yeah, he loves that.
Slowly but surely.
Everyone gets converted. Ooh,
Exactly.
this guy that I said I might have that said he's definitely converted if he's thinking of buying one. He says the only concern he has is, and listen to this, he's afraid that electric vehicles, like the push for it and the hype for it, is going to be the same as what they did for diesel. What was it, 10, 15, or 20 years ago, when they said like diesel's more economic and blah 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 blah.
Oh
And
my
now
God,
look at it.
honestly.
It's like, dude. There's a
Okay.
huge difference between the diesel thing and the electric thing. The electric thing, first of all, is just way more economical.
I was
Way
going to
more
say,
economical.
my comment would be take head out sphincter before you start thinking.
Okay, yes.
I can't believe I said it without swearing.
Yeah. That's a very politically correct way of saying it. I was just like, no. I just look at it and I'm like, no, it's nothing like what the hype that they had for diesel.
No, that was done on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll leave it at that because we might get banned.
Yeah. No, the diesel hype is nothing. It's like, yeah. No, EVs. But what I do say to people, yeah, is if you're gonna go EV, you gotta go Tesla, because if you go for anything else, you're basically gonna end up costing yourself more money than buying for ICE car. Because as soon as you need to do, if you can't charge at home, then you kind of, you know, being railed. And if you then need to go long distance and you can't use the Tesla network, then it costs more to fill up than with a petrol car or a diesel car. So why would you go and buy an EV then? The whole point
The
is to be more cost effective.
the only reason, in my stupid opinion, why you would do that is status. That's it. But
Yeah, it's the same reason
but
why people are buying the Ford Mustang.
exactly. But here's the kicker. That status ain't going to mean nothing in a year and a half's time when these companies don't exist. What status do you have then?
Yes, when you can't even
knobhead.
get it serviced or repaired.
Yes. Then your status is going to go from big man to knobhead because you should have done your research before you spent your money.
Yes.
But
No,
hey,
it's just like, yeah, it's shocking the amount of misinformation still out there. So, like, we're obviously in the know. We know what's happening. We know everything. Most people, it's just they don't know nothing about this transition.
the thing is, mate, I was just as guilty as anybody else, I would say, of this. And I don't know, before I started investing and all this sort of thing, I went to work, I finished work, I came home, and I lived my life.
Yeah.
Now, when I finish work, I start researching and investigating and this, that, and the other. So where I used to watch TV for 4 to 6 hours a night, that don't happen anymore. I don't watch TV. If I'm going to watch something, it's going to be on something that I'm going to learn something with, which doesn't have ads or anything like that. I don't want to know any rubbish. I can't be asked with it. I want to know what I want to know. The rest I can't be asked with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's strange, to be honest. It's investing that's changed how I look at things and what I do now.
Oh yeah,
if I didn't start doing that, I don't think I would have been nowhere near where I am now. Now, if I go 2 days without doing my research and watching at least my channels that I like to watch on a daily basis, I feel like I've been left behind. And 99.9% of the time, if you do, by the time you watch it, you're like, damn it, I was left behind.
Yes, exactly.
Only in just 2 or 3 days. It's absolutely crazy, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I've got a lot of catching up to do. And, I mean, this weekend I only have paperwork planned, so I can actually sit here and watch the video while I do my paperwork. But, for instance, I'm assuming you're still sub to SMR's, not this Discord, what's it called?
Patreon. Yes.
I haven't watched a Patreon video in about 3 months.
Neither have I. Actually, I didn't, and then the other day I did. But funny enough, there was only, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos to watch in a few months. Yeah, he's not actually uploaded that much, to be honest with you. Or not that much.
Pardon language.
No, not that much. That's
worth watching.
I find that interesting to say. There's lots of other things that he covers as well, but that's not why I watch his channel.
Yes.
So the information I need or want and that sort of thing, there wasn't that much on there, but you've got to give the guy a break. He's just jumped onto X as well. He's doing a hell of a lot of work there. Not that I've subscribed there.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, I've been contemplating it, and I'll probably see how it goes for the next month or so. If his output's the same on Patreon, I'll probably end up closing that and going to X.
Okay.
Because I think he's spending more time on getting X to where he wants it. Because once he has that, he doesn't need YouTube. He doesn't need Patreon. That will all fall away.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think eventually you will. I think you would cancel Patreon before he cancels YouTube. Once he can get the income from X that he gets from Patreon, he will ask the Patreon people to move over to X, saying he's going to close off his Patreon and upload everything that he had on Patreon onto X.
That's it. It's one thing that annoys the hell out of me: the amount of people that refuse to call it X. And there's a fair chunk of them, and they keep calling it bloody Twitter. I'm gonna strangle them.
I find that I still, like, for instance, with ICE, the acronym of ICE. When I speak to anybody else, I'm always having to say petrol, diesel.
Yeah, if you say ICE, they look at you like you're a stupid person.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, so I'm always finding myself having to say petrol, diesel cars, or
Yes, but again, it comes
same
back
with
to the
X. I have to keep saying, but on Twitter, it's
I don't correct myself on that one. I say X. If they don't know what I'm talking about, then get out from underneath your rock and go get alive.
I mean, it's been X now, what? 2 months?
Yeah, it's been a while. Surely by now you've got.
I think it's been about 2 months.
I don't even know.
Yeah. But you've got to remember, most of these, so we call them normies, spend most of their time on Facebook and Instagram and that kind of nonsense.
I was actually sitting there last night thinking of deleting all that.
I don't have any of that anyway, so yeah.
I don't use it, but it's on my phone. And I thought, I've not actually accessed the platform in so long. It's not going to cause me any harm to delete it. The only reason I
Exactly.
probably still keep it is because every once in a blue moon, my mom will message me on it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I never bothered with that nonsense. I mean, obviously I have a Facebook account because of very old reasons. I'm not going to go into that yet, but access it maybe once every 2 years. When my sister said she sent me a message, I'm like, well, wait. Oh, Facebook. Oh, you know I don't use it.
I'm never going to read that message.
Yeah, send me messages on WhatsApp. That's the only Facebook product I use, or the only Meta product I use. It's
Is
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yes.
Agreed.
And then, yeah, oh my gosh, the amount of people that use TikTok is like, stop wasting your time, dude. Like,
I won't touch that with a barge pole, mate.
that's what I like about X is the content that on there seems to be highly more from people who actually use their brains. If I can explain that, you know.
That was the whole idea behind it.
Yes, I find what's his name? I sometimes sit there when I'm like just chilling and I end up scrolling for like an hour or something on X, and I'm like, okay, I'm probably wasting a bit of time, but I get good information. Like I probably regret maybe somewhere between 20 and 40% of the time I spent on it. Whereas if I were to scroll on, let's say for instance, I don't do Twitter, but I do have sometimes go through some YouTube shorts, and you get stuck into it, and then like half an hour later, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just wasting my own time. I could have had this done. I could have had that done. I don't get that same regret feeling on X. Only a little bit.
And on X, if I want to go and look for something, I go and look for it and I find my information and I crack on. But
Yes.
there is an element of sieving through and just making up your own mind and doing a little bit more research just so you don't listen to some dumbass that don't know what he's saying. But you try and find that same information on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or any one of these places, you ain't got a hope in hell, mate.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, on all these other platforms, the majority of people don't know their arse from their elbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they want to have an opinion.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you want to have an opinion and you know what you're talking about, by all means. But if you don't, please shut the hell up.
Unfortunately, that's apparently too much to ask for these days.
Well, it's that society we live in nowadays, isn't it?
Exactly.
You're allowed to have an opinion, whether you know what you're talking about or not.
Yeah. I did.
No, you're always allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed. Just,
Yeah, just keep it to yourself if you're stupid.
Just get prepared to be wrecked if you are being stupid. That's the thing.
That's fine. Listen, I'm not saying I'm always right. As a matter of fact, I'm always right sometimes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But, hey, I'll happily put my hands up and say, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right. I think we should wrap this one up.
I think we're getting to that point now. Yes, I'm with you.
Yes. Anything else you want to add at the end?
No, I think this was fine. There's a couple of other things we can discuss, but that's different things. So that's a whole other video. We'll keep this one.
You and I both know these conversations can go on for hours and hours.
That's why I kept this Tesla, because if I started going into other forums and things and this, that, and the other, we would have been here until 6 o'clock tonight, and I would be in trouble.
I got to leave the house at 6 o'clock tonight to go to work, so yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and sorry that we've not been here for a while. It's just been a bit manic.
It is, yeah. It is that time of the year for our trades, so you know, yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Hopefully in the next month or two things can start calming down and it can get a little bit more of an average going.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you much for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.
Stay safe. Goodbye.